Back at it again, and we've got to talk about the media's new talking point because every other one has absolutely fallen flat on its face. From the Russia, right? They tried that one. To Trump dictator, Trump bad, Trump dictator, right? To abortion, right? They tried that and absolutely failed. And everything else. They've tried a lot of different things, including threat to democracy, the whole nine. Well, their new talking point is Project 2025. This is their new talking point that they are coming out with, and I have evidence of that. As always, I always come with clips, baby. So I want to show you guys some of these clips, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of this. Joy Reid, absolutely... she's off her rockers, man. I don't know what's going on with Joy Reid, but my goodness. But anyway, let's dive in.
Now, Project 2025 is a blueprint for the second Trump term, and its first priority for the Department of Commerce is to replace employees by make all decision-making done by political appointees.
Project 2025, and I mean, here's another group of whatever from MSNBC as well talking about Project 2025.
And people start realizing that, yes, we already know Joe Biden is old, thank you. Can we talk about other things more substantive, like what he's accomplished and what he plans to do for the country, versus what Donald Trump is saying, dictator on day one, this Project 2025 that wants to, rechange our entire federal bureaucracy, retribution against enemies. There is a clear contrast that the American people need to...
He never said he was going to get retribution against enemies. He said, my retribution will be my success. And I agree with him coming out and saying that, because it takes away another talking point for them, even though, as you saw, they're still going to come out and lie about what he said. Now, here's some more folks from MSDNC talking about Project 2025.
But I also want to talk to you about this Project 2025 thing. There is a plan in the works. It's not abstract. There's a real plan in the works to create a presidency, if Donald Trump wins, that is not based on merit. It is based on loyalty. It is based on Christian fundamentalist principles. And it's written. The next administration is not going to be the last Trump administration, which was like a bit of a clown car.
Yeah, what's crazy is that these people have commandeered what Christianity is. And it is this...
Cut off. I'm going to do what they try to do to Trump. Cut him off. Okay. We're not going to let you spew out even more lies. I mean, it just continues, guys. I mean, this is their new talking point. This is what they're going to be trying to push for the next, I don't know how long, until it burns out, right? But this is their new talking point. Case in point, here it is again.
No, it's not a game, and this is not a drill. Project 2025 is their plan. It is serious. It's in writing. It's public. It is a chilling approach to running our federal government that got all the more chilling after the Supreme Court granted Donald Trump absolute immunity. It's the plan that Trump would implement on day one.
And that's a lie. He's not granted absolute immunity. He's granted immunity for official acts. So, yeah, that's not absolute immunity. But, it's MSDNC. What do we expect? They just lie, and lie some more and accuse Trump of lying, but then they lie. So, it is what it is. But also, here's Jake Tapper talking about Project 2025.
Let's talk about Project 2025. Democrats have been sounding the alarm about this document, more than 900 pages. What is it, and what are Democrats so riled up about?
I think critically, you should point out, this is not a campaign document. These are advisors, though, many of whom will probably be in a second Trump White House should he win in November. What it is it's on paper. And I think when you put 900 plus pages of conservative policies, and the vast majority of them are strong conservative policies that you and I would be very familiar with, but they're also very aggressive. And I think some of them would be considered radical. even by some Republicans, when you look at the immigration space, when you look at the federal agency space, when you look at what they would want to do with abortion and things like mifepristone, they spell them out in detail, written each chapter by somebody who either had a past high-level role in the administration or could likely have one in the second administration, laying out what they aspirationally would like to do. I think the reality is it actually tracks really closely with what we've seen from the Trump team, from the campaign on their own website. The president has been very upfront about his expansive policy goals for a second term. And it's also this: Project 2025 is not operating in isolation, nor are they operating in a vacuum. There is a constellation of outside.
Okay. So you guys kind of get it, all right? That's their new talking point. And even Joy Reid had something to say about the whole Project 2025. And y'all got to listen to this clip. It's about 3.5 minutes long. And, just check it out.
Y'all just tell me who the nominee is going to be. Let me know when you guys are finished fighting amongst yourselves who I got to vote for in November to keep Hitler out the White House. That's all I want to know. Who I got to vote for to keep Hitler out the White House. Y'all do your thing. Play in traffic all you want in front of these Republicans, acting a fool in front of these people instead of privately declaring your stuff. But don't text me no more, because I'm not taking no more of these texts. Just let me know when you guys are finished figuring it out, Democrats, because I know y'all the freak out people. Go ahead and freak out, have your conversation, and then let me know who I got to vote for to keep Hitler out the White House. That's it. I'm done. Oh, and by the way, if it's Biden in a coma, I'm going to vote for Biden in a coma. I don't even really particularly like the guy. A lot of his policies, don't like him. He's not Donald Trump, right? Yeah. Hitler, White House. We keeping him out. Keeping Project 2025 out. That's all I care about. Up and down the ballot, from the rooter to the tutor. School board, all the way up to White House and everything in between. Governors, members of Congress. I'm just going to vote all the way down to keep these people out. The Project 2025 thing is the whole Republican Party. At this point, it's not about Biden. It is not about him. It's above me now. There's a Best Western next door. It is about keeping Donald Trump and his Project 2025 friends out of power. That's it for me, y'all. Y'all let me know what you think. And another thing. I've always got another thing. You guys do know that in 2020, y'all Democrats had choices of young people. You had a young LGBTQ guy, Mayor Pete. You had a Latino. You had Kamala Harris. You had Liz Warren. You had all these choices that were all younger than Biden, fresher and newer than Biden. And you know who y'all picked to be the president and the nominee? Joe Biden. He beat all the young people. So, yes, we have a gerontocracy problem on the Democratic side. Way too many of these oldie goldies that don't seem to want to sit down and retire. But when given the choice between the young and fresh and Joe Biden, y'all picked Joe Biden. That was what you picked. So he's in there because Democrats actually picked him in the first place. So just keep that in mind, that you've been given options in the past, and this is what you picked. And nobody stepped up to choose to run against him in the primary. So once again...
Oh, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. Your party rigged the system and tried to get RFK Jr. out of there. Okay? You could have had RFK Jr. instead. But we all know what happened with that. And that's why I also always say that RFK Jr. is not truly an independent. He's a Democrat who couldn't run under the Democrat ticket because Democrats are corrupt. Like what? He is a Democrat through and through. So they had the option for RFK Jr. And now it's kind of funny because they're talking about possibly replacing Biden with RFK Jr., but that ain't going to work. You're going to have to replace Biden with Kamala, and we can all assume how that one's going to go. We all know how that was going to go. They also could have had Bernie, but we know what they did to Bernie, don't we? Same thing they did to RFK Jr. What a coinky dink, you know? But they're the most honest and trustworthy people in the world, as they would say. Not really, but all right.
And Democrats went out and voted and picked. If you try to undo that choice, like 57 million some odd Democrats voted in these primaries, so what are you going to do? You're going to just tell them, F off, we're going to pick somebody different that's not him, or Kamala Harris, who was on that ticket too, on those ballots? That's not democracy. This choice has been made.
And so again, unless he decides to walk away, this is your choice. It's like when you go to a wedding, you got chicken or fish. You can eat chicken or fish or just be hungry. Or like when I was growing up in my house, it's what mom made for dinner or go to bed. There's your choices. You don't always get choices in your love. You get what mom made for dinner or take your ass to bed. And in this case, it's either what mom made for dinner or Hitler. I'm voting for whoever ain't Hitler, and it ain't him. And I'm going all the way down that ballot, rooted to the Tudor School Board up to the White House. This is about power and about picking not Hitler. That's it. That's it.
It's about power. Interesting she added that there at the end. It's about power. Not surprising coming from a Democrat, so, you know. But, you know, to address this Project 2025 stuff, I think I will call on Topher, who I dropped a YouTube short on it yesterday. So if you don't watch my YouTube shorts, check them out. What are you doing? What you waiting on? You would have seen this video already. But for those of you that have, here it is again to address Project 2025.
What you got to say about Project 2025? Have you heard of Agenda 47? Say what? Agenda 47. Nah. It's the actual platform that Trump is going to push when he becomes president. It's listed on his official campaign website. Project 2025 is not to be found there. Matter of fact, Project 2025 was created by a conservative think tank named the Heritage Foundation. It's supposed to make it illegal to be homeless. Has nothing to do with Trump. Trump has neither endorsed nor supported this platform. He has his own. But I saw on BET. I don't care what any Hollywood elite or BET Awards show hosted by Taraji P. Henson have told you about Project 2025. It is not a talking point of President Trump's campaign, nor is it something that he's interested in. It's just another tool to fearmonger you and to just continue to vote for the same people over and over again and never breaking the cycle of chaos that we see within the black community. Once again, just look at the decades long of Democrat control over black cities. Uncle Tom. It makes sense, man. But listen, do you? Be mad at what you want to be mad at, but you ain't mad at Trump. Man, shut.
I couldn't have said it any better myself. Couldn't have said it any better myself. Project 2025 has nothing to do with Donald Trump. Donald Trump didn't make it, wasn't one of the creators at all. It's not on his official campaign website. As a matter of fact, Agenda 47 is. So this whole fear mongering with this whole Project 2025 stuff is honestly foolish, and it's a complete lie, a blatant lie at that. Trump has never endorsed Project 2025, and I highly doubt that he ever will. He endorses Agenda 47. So for anybody and everybody talking about Project 2025, just show them the end of this video here. It's a blatant lie. Has nothing to do with Donald Trump. Some other people made that. Simple and plain. But y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.